Hey, overcomers, thank you so much for joining today. I hope you're all having an amazing day. And I just want to thank you all for joining and subscribing to Be an Overcomer. This is where you get inspired and empowered to overcome life's challenges through the power of God's word, also through faith and imagination. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you so much. So I just want to jump into this word, and I always like to record when I feel inspired. So anytime I put out a word, I'm like, okay, this is for someone. Here's the thing. You were created to live an abundant life. You were created to live a powerful, amazing, glorious life. You were not created to live a life that is less than what God designed you to be. And I'm not just talking about wealth, because a lot of times when you hear abundance, people think about wealth. All of that is a byproduct, I truly believe, through your mindset. Because your outside world, this outside world, is just a reflection of your inner world. So whatever you focus on, whatever you believe to be true for you, that is what's going to be true for you. So I want to read a quote here from Neville Goddard. And it says, "Man moves in a world that is nothing more or less than his consciousness objectified." So this is where it's so important to become a conscious creator, to really learn how to focus your thoughts on the things that you desire. Because a lot of times, most people live life unaware. I call it living life on the surface, like not going deep and just taking things just as they are, just by discerning what's showing up in the 3D and not using discernment, not going deeper. Okay? And see, when you live life like that, when you live life, it's almost like unconsciously, you're just going through the motions day to day. Things become habitual. You're not living purposefully. You're not living intentionally. And especially if you have certain goals and you have a vision for your life, you know there's certain things you want to achieve, you have certain desires, you need to live life intentionally. And you have to be purposefully about day to day, the things that you're going to do, how you're going to spend your time, what you're going to focus on. And really, our outer world, I know it sounds so simple, but our outer world it's a manifestation of our inner world. And this is why you can have two people, as I told you, two sets of people. And some people, they live like fearful. They live life through fear, and they live life focusing on what the latest thing is, what someone else is saying, what society is pushing. And they often find themselves like in a fearful state or a worried state. Whereas when you become a conscious creator, who God designed you to be, when you truly live life consciously and are aware of your thoughts and the things that you're focusing on, you're going to see, even amid circumstances, you rise above it. And I'm not saying like challenges don't come. I'm not saying that circumstances don't come, right? We know the word says that we are more than conquerors, right? The word says that the weapons may form, but they will not prosper. So we know that in this life, and Jesus said, in this world, you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. And because he has overcome, we can overcome also. But it begins in your mind. Everything starts in your mind. It's truly an inside job. Whatever you focus on the most, whatever you think about dominantly, that's what's going to be expressed in your world. Okay? I want to give you a practical example. It's so amazing because those that know, besides like being overcomer and inspiring and empowering people, and I love my being overcomers. I love you all so much. I appreciate you so much. For most of you know, I'm a flautist. I love making music. I love working with other musicians. I love, sharing the gift of music and teaching music. It's just awesome. So it's a gift, and I thank God for that. And I was sharing with a friend. She was like, "Whoa, that's amazing." I was sharing how about 2 months ago, like at that point, my playing calendar had been empty. And one day I just said in my quiet time, I just said, I went from overlooked to overbooked. And when I tell you That literally happened. Like this month of April, playing back to back, rehearsals with musicians. We got to go here, got to do this, got to do that. And it's awesome. And it's like, my calendar is so busy playing wise. It's very busy. I'm thankful for it. But I want to tell you, it was something off of what I spoke and what I thought. Because I'm like, I want to play more. I love playing. And I just put it out there. I shared with you also the coffee manifestation. I shared with you also sunflowers. I know I shared that about a year ago. Every day. When I say every day, and I told you about that like way back when, every day. They show up somehow, some way. I could walk into a store and it's there. Someone may have like a blouse and has sunflowers, anything, a bag and has sunflowers. It just manifests because whatever you focus on, that's what's going to be expressed in your outer world. We are put here to have the best life experiences. Don't let the world lie to you. Don't let the world lie to you. Don't let society lie to you. Don't let them make you feel like you're supposed to be fearful and live a powerless life. No, you're supposed to live a life full of faith and full of power. You're here to have the things that you want and experience the things that you want, right? That's why the word says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. This is why the word says that the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that you might live life abundantly. And that's abundance in all areas of your life. But it begins with your thoughts. It begins with your words. And it's a discipline. I understand at first, because the way society has made it such a way that it's to dumb us down, to keep us asleep so that we never step into that power. But I'm telling you, once you start to speak and think about the things that you want and, you know, areas of your life that you feel need correcting or things that you want to become better, and you start to speak the things that you want, it's going to show up. Now, the thing is, we don't control how it shows up. We don't control when it shows up. But the key is for you to stay firmly planted in faith and not allow the 3D to sway you, okay? The word says that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And the way society has it, and I'm telling you, I've just been observing, sitting back and observing these last few years, there's so much like this. Like, I'm surprised we aren't seasick as people because there's so much back and forth. Do this, don't do that. Go here, do that. You are supposed to be living your life the way God designed it, to live a life of abundance and to have the things that you want and to live an abundant and overcoming life. So I hope this encouraged you. If you like this message, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Always be an overcomer.